Hello and welcome to another episode of What the Fuck Moments in Manga and Anime After Dark. Today we're going to be talking about the first two volumes of the Boys Love manga Hide and Seek, so if that is not your flavor of spice or if you're under 18, please scroll away. Okay, so this is actually a spin-off manga of a different manga, but like most spin-offs, you don't have to read the original to enjoy it. Anyway, so we have blondie boy Tanihara. He worked his ass off through his 20s so that he could afford to buy a little mom-and-pop candy shop. And it's his pride and joy. And then one day a tall man with resting bitch face walks through the door. This man then proceeds to buy $30 in small toys. Tanihara, he has all the questions, but he decides to just mind his business. However, not long after, Tanihara's other pride and joy, his young daughter, falls ill. The pediatrician to see her is none other than Dr. Resting Bitch Face. Now, the doc is fully aware that he's scary as shit, especially to a child. That's why he gives them toys at the end of their visit. To, not scar them for life. But Tanihara's daughter getting ill is only the first part of bad luck for their family. Every instance brings Tanihara and the doctor together. Eventually, Tanihara is at the doctor's house using his bathtub. And that's when the doc admits that pretty much everything Tanihara does makes him hot. And our boy Tanihara, he's a divorcee. And his daughter is currently staying with her mother, so, daughter's away, daddy's gonna play. Nani's kind of treating this as like a fling. He's getting kind of white girl wasted on this relationship. However, the doctor, he's looking for something more. They start going on dates and they're hanging out a lot, and Tanihara starts realizing there might be some feelings there. That being divorced, obviously he's got some commitment issues. And of course, Tani doesn't realize what he has until he sees another man kissing the doc. In Volume 2, we learn that this new man, Yuki, is actually the doc's ex. I mean, obviously. So naturally now Tanihara has a little jealousy monkey on his back. But, these three men are trying to be civil to each other, so, they make it a whole conversation. Turns out Yuki is there because he kind of pissed off his sugar daddy through every fault of his own, and now he owes him money. He knows Doc will give him money because he's a fucking pushover. Of course, Tanihara, being the actual dad in the room, kind of assumes that role. It's like, oh, hang on, no. Doc, if you don't pinch this leech off, he's just gonna keep coming back and taking more from you. You gotta quit crumbling like a fucking sandcastle in the rain and say what you mean. And Doc's like, I know, I just want this to be over. And apparently, being a pushover has been a thing through most of his relationships, and that's why they don't work. And of course, that's when Tanihara realizes that he's kind of doing the same thing. He's not saying what he truly means in this relationship either. Mostly because he just doesn't want to admit that there's any feelings there at all. He didn't expect things to go this far, so now he's deciding to kind of nope out. But good old Doc. Tanihara just gave this rousing speech about how he's supposed to try harder. When Tanihara literally makes himself sick with worry, the Doc comes to take care of him. You can't avoid a heart-to-heart if you can't get out of bed, Tanihara. Oh my god, I can't with these guys. Two grown-ass men that just constantly just shroud themselves in mystery in front of the other person. And then they wonder why the relationship is so fragile. Up in Jesus, you are two grown-ass men. Just fucking talk to each other. It just gives me an ulcer. But yeah, it's fine. Anyway, I'm hoping Volume 3 comes back from obscurity sometime soon so I can find out how it ends.